Hi Luz, I want to congratulate you on putting such a wonderful class together for your students. It's very evident that you've put a lot of work into this and you have presented a course that really is sincere, meaning that I can feel you in the class and I, if I were one of your students, would know that you're there to help me to be successful. So we'll begin. The screencast is looking at a couple of pages to give you some feedback. Um, the I like how you included the link to the announcements. I like that very much, opposed to just relying on the announcements that are usually appearing here in the recent feedback. So when I opened your announcement letter, or your welcome letter, I should say, again, very welcoming and conveys that you're very supportive by including links to resources in case they're having trouble logging in, information about the textbook, a link to the textbook or the bookstore on campus, some other resources to ensure their success, or if they're having some trouble. So very well done in terms of a welcome letter. On the home page, I really like the banner you've selected. The little minion conveys, that you're fun, and so it's serious, but also that you have a bit of a sense of humor. So that was really well done. Love the picture that you've included of yourself. Just wanted to point out that when we click on this Q&A discussion link, it actually takes us to our DEF class. So just make sure you link it back to your discussion board, because I did see in the modules that you do have your own. So just fix that link. And the only other thing that I would recommend is maybe perhaps somehow making this more prominent, the start here, because it is in bold, but it's in the same color, and it's not as eye-catching as some students will require. So something to think about. And I do like how you included Canvas support phone number. I don't think I have that in my orientation, so I'm going to include that. So we're going to start here. And I'm just going to go through a couple of pages. This was wonderful. I liked how you explained that this is a hybrid versus a fully online course. I like the little humor that you introduced by using an image of a hybrid car. I really love, I think this was one of my favorite things, was the video that you created, the introduction of yourself. And it really came across as a great way to humanize your class and for students to get to know you. I particularly liked how you shared how you became interested in teaching, how as a medical doctor helping others learn to be doctors was where you became interested in teaching, and that was very meaningful to hear. So I commend you on creating such a warm and welcoming introductory video. So I'm going to click here to see if it goes to yours. So again, here it goes to the DEFT Q&A. So you want to make sure you check that and correct it so that it goes to your discussion board instead. I liked how you included your preferred method of being contacted and some useful resources. I really like the use of tabs, because it really helps to minimize the cognitive overload that students may experience, and great job in alerting them not only up here but here in the highlighted yellow section, to ensure that they're going through all the tabs so they don't miss any important information. So very well done, and very helpful information to ensure that they understand what it means to be an online student. And I love this video that Tracy has shared about just kind of learning your way around Canvas. So very helpful. And again, the Canvas support number is always useful. Including this information is very important, instructing students of how to upload their photos in their profile and updating notifications. Trying to get students to update their notifications is really key, because when we send announcements, if it's sent to their email, they're less likely to overlook important information. So the only thing I would suggest on this page is perhaps to use tabs. so that we don't have to scroll so much to see everything on the page. And moving right along, this great resource page, and here's your Q&A. So again, your link is not taking us to this page, but this is where they should go, opposed to the link to our deaf class, because it would be technically a broken link because they would not have access to that course. I've learned from Tony and in this class that it's so important to encourage students to post in the Q&A, because it minimizes our workload. And what I mean by that is we're not answering the same question over and over again via email. And I haven't really used the Q&A very much in the past, but now I get it. Now I see how important it is for students to benefit from each other and asking questions, and as instructors for us to be more efficient with our time, because we're not answering the same questions multiple times. So make sure you encourage your students to use that often. I really like the survey that you included. It conveys that you want to know your students, especially the pronunciation of their name. I tend to do video feedback, and sometimes I struggle with their name, so this is such a great way to show respect for the student and ensure that we are saying their names correctly. So this is just a nice touch to illustrate to your students that you care about them and that you want to learn about them before you jump into all the hard stuff that's coming. And I like that you included a rubric as well. Your discussion board, very clear and well laid out. You've included scaffolding to ensure that if they're not really sure how to engage in a discussion board, here's the information that they'll need to utilize. You're clear about what the expectation is in terms of the original post and the reply, and you've included the rubric to, again, let them know what is expected, and if they want to get an A, they know what they need to do. So very well done. And your closing page looks great. And again, I like this idea that it's a marathon. I know that an anatomy course is a lot of work, so it's a great analogy to make. My only suggestion is that maybe you link the syllabus a little earlier, not to say to take it off here, but maybe in your welcome letter. I know that you referenced the syllabus, but maybe including a link to it, or maybe in an earlier page in the orientation that ensures that they've taken the time to look at the syllabus before they get to the end of the orientation, because you want to also reinforce that there are certain activities that need to be completed and that they need to log in early in the course so that they're not dropped. And moving on to the next content module. So very well laid out, very clear expectations, and you've identified the activities, how we're going to meet these objectives. When I went to the next page, I was a little confused because these were the same objectives, but not all of them. And then I figured out as I went down into other pages that this appears to be the unit level. So maybe a suggestion is to rename this unit objectives, and then this one be chapter 1 objectives. So just a suggestion, something to think about. I love this page very much. I would love to know how you did this, or where this came from, or how you created it. It's so visually appealing, and the headers all look great, and the video that you've included, this is really nicely done and a great resource for your students. I love Valerie's videos. And again, the use of tabs is wonderful. I would only say for this page that, again, keeping in mind the cognitive overload issue, the rule of thumb is usually to make sure all of the content on a page fits within one screen with very minimal scrolling. But here you see I have to scroll quite a bit to get to the end. And when you have tab pages, I think it's even more important to make sure that you meet that rule of thumb of having all the content on one screen, because when I get down here, I'm probably more inclined to hit the next button opposed to the next tab, because I no longer can see the tabs. So something to consider, that maybe you can create more tabs to separate this information out so we don't have to scroll all the way down, because again, if you don't see those tabs, students might be inclined just to hit the next button. So I think they'll be less likely to do so if they see all of the tabs prominently labeled at the top if they don't have to scroll so far down the page. Great review video that you've created. It was very personal with your image there in the corner. So this is a great strategy to help reinforce the material that's already been presented. Oh, one thing I would perhaps maybe a header on this page and maybe a little more detail about the review, but nothing major there. Great quiz. I think I've already opened it the maximum number of times, or maybe not. Let's see here. I liked the variation of different types of questions, so multiple choice, an essay formatted question. You had fill in the blank. So I think that's really great to use all these different strategies to assess your students, and also that you're allowing them to take it multiple times. It's a great formative assessment to ensure that students are kind of making sure that they are ready to move on to the next material. And great page here with all this information in your table. Again, the only thing I would suggest is to consider perhaps creating tabs so that it's not overwhelming all on one page. And again, same thing, but great use of headers. Let's see here, chapter 1, chapter 3. Looks like there's a difference in the bold here versus here, so you may just want to keep that consistent. And then I would also maybe suggest a little more detail in your rubric here to, I don't know, give students a little bit more direction of what the expectation is. And here, I think you were requiring students to submit a diagram. Forgive me if I'm, let's see here. Yes, so you were, okay, so maybe this isn't the one that I was thinking of. Oh yes, the drawings. So you want to consider how are they going to submit those images. I know that you said it where you will allow JPEGs or PDFs. You may want to give a little more explanation of how to do that, because surprisingly some students may be not well versed in how to take a picture and then upload it to the computer and then submit it to Canvas. So maybe it's a little more information. Also, if they have to scan their work, if a PDF is preferred, just maybe a little more instruction about exactly how they're going to submit those drawings. And so again, your next objectives, again, I might say chapter 2 objectives, great images, very helpful. Again, maybe just find a way to minimize the amount of scrolling required. And great discussion board. And this video is so powerful. So I think that, oh look, Jeffrey already left a message, so I agree with his comments. This is a great assignment. Again, scaffolding, the rubric included, and a great video that students can relate to. And then finally, your last recap with links to useful resources. So again, bravo, Luz, very well done, and it was an honor for me to review your course and learn a little things here and there that I'm going to incorporate into my class. So thank you for the opportunity to get to see what you've done. You've obviously been working so hard, and I wish you all the best in completing this course. You are off to a wonderful start. So bye-bye.